Who is your female role model?
For me, a very inspiring person in this field is Radhika Gupta. And I think many women see her as a role model. For me, it is special because I used to work with her.
Not just one, but so many women are making their mark in businesses and investing, creating opportunities, managing multiple responsibilities so efficiently, whether at home or work. So, similarly, when I look ahead to turning 50, I really wish my journey to be this worthwhile and being able to contribute in a very, very meaningful way.
I would have to say Savitribai Phule. If she and Jyotiba Phule had not pioneered women's education in India, I might not even be here.
The next 10-15 years, when someone googles, oh, who's one of the investors one looks up to, and not only Warren Buffett or Rakesh Jhunjhunwala comes in mind, but it could be someone which is a women-led person who really invests very well.
If you could collaborate with any woman, past or present, on a financial project, who would it be and why?
I really like this journalist, Sucheta Dalal. I think she does deep dives into topics that she covers and she tries to unravel the deep truth about things.
The president of the European Central Bank, she's incredible. Also, a champion of gender diversity in finance. Given her background as the former MD of the IMF and current head of the ECB, it would be wonderful if I could collaborate with her on a project about global capital flows.
One is Radhika Gupta and one is Monica Hallen. Take it to a much larger audience. And since they're women, I'm very sure a lot of more women look up to them. And I really want to change the way people invest. And I hope these and me can someday be a very big role model to someone else.
What inspired you to pursue this career?
I like working with data and numbers, and financial services gave me the opportunity to work with that. The immediate reward that you get in this field, plus risk as well. I think women are better investors when you are managing money, and the will to distinguish myself has been a guiding light.
So I never knew what I wanted to do. I just liked economics in 12th, pursued BSc in economics from NMIMS, got exposed to the world of research and new concepts. I always took decision based on my gut feeling, came back to Surat, joined Niveshai. I didn't know anything about stock markets. Just a little fascination towards it made me join it. Over the years, I realized how important it is to build relationships with people in investing and businesses, because it's the people you work with actually shape your growth, and it is as important to invest in people as it is to invest in businesses. So, more than anything, I'm very happy to wake up every day and do what I love to do.
So finance always came very organically to me, but I never thought I'd make such a big career in it initially. But I was very good at math. See the lot of difference between how many people, how many more men are in finance versus women. It actually even gave me a little more booster during, my early working years, and that's why this career in finance.
Do you have a personal money mantra or motto?
Understanding risk and understanding that things can change, something you don't see.
We always talk about keeping an emergency fund, which is 6 months of your expense. I also talk about keeping an opportunity fund, that when you have that fund, you can make good use of it.
Stick to a systematic approach. There is a lot of noise in the investing world, lots of ups and downs in the financial market. We are witnessing them currently. But in the long term, a systematic approach will work.
What's a money hack that you swear by?
Automate your investment and your investing process. So, how you invest, you should be doing SIPs and, following systematic approach, and even, looking for small case managers, going to somebody who is doing quantitative investing would be a more intelligent choice. So that is a hack that I would like to say.
Discipline in investing and in staying invested.
What has been your proudest moment as a small case manager so far?
So when we started our small case, when the market corrected, we did much better than the market. We managed risk better, and that helped us grow. So that was a very proud moment for us.
So there are too many moments that make the small case journey a very fulfilling one that pays. And firstly, small case has built a truly hands-on scalable tech platform, allowing all investors to invest in such a beautiful, meaningful and structured way that pays. So at one point of time, we wanted to invest in green energy theme, and there were literally no instruments available to play such theme. And Small Case, as a perfect platform, provided us to execute this theme in such a seamless and impactful manner. A lot of times we got to connect with so many people of diverse backgrounds, understand business and industry trends from them, enhancing our Kadakbat approach as well. So when we meet such subscribers and see their happiness, it's truly an incredibly rewarding aspect for us, knowing that we contributed in their investment journey in a very, very meaningful way, provides us a deep sense of fulfillment that way.
What is one trend in the financial world that excites you the most right now?
Application of data-driven quantitative models in Indian financial markets. In developed markets like the US, this has been around for quite a few years. But it's picking up steam in the Indian markets now, and that is very exciting. Application of AI and ML is only going to accelerate this trend.
What is a common financial myth you'd love to bust for all women out there?
Whenever I go for any plant visit, investor meets, conferences, I hardly see any women investor. For placements, hirings also, a lot of male applicants actually sign up for equity research role, and not only on this side, but also as an investor, whenever we conduct webinars for small case subscribers and it goes for 5-6 hours, I hardly find any women or female investor asking any questions. And it would be 0.0 something percentage. And whenever a female investor asks a question, my colleague always tells me that, you get a smile on your face. So would love to see more women participate in this field. And, when I started working, I was the only girl in the organization, though the team size was also very small at that point of time. But with now 50 people in the organization, the mix is actually equal. So very happy to see the trend changing, but would love to see more women participate in this field.
So I think women always have this fear that they are any lesser in terms of investing. I've seen that they always go back to their spouse or a male member in the house, maybe father, and keep asking them on, whether their investing decision is right. I'll tell you that, women are much better investors. Even statistically, they may take little time to make the decision, but once they are on board, they invest better than men. They are way more patient in their investing journey. They are more disciplined. They ensure they stick to the plan to a lot of extent.
What advice would you give to women who are just starting their investment journey?
Educate yourself and start steadily. I am sure, you will find suitable instruments suited to your risk profile. You don't have to go to very speculative side. Start with maybe slightly safer products and, build your knack for it. And I am sure it will help you transform your long-term wealth creation journey if you look at the market.
How do you think technology is changing the way women invest and manage wealth?
Traditionally, women faced a lot of hurdles due to cultural biases, due to lack of financial education, due to not having proper financial advice, and oftentimes they were restricted to just saving rather than active investing. This resulted in low wealth accumulation by women. But it is changing now. Digital financial education, mobile investing apps, and accessibility to low-cost advice is opening the doors for women.